and hello my scrappy friends, a big welcome to my channel today. As you can see, I am scrapbooking another Halloween page here. This one is for Cut to You, and I'm using the fun Happy Halloween cut file. You can see I have cut that in a black cardstock and backed it with that super fun holographic paper. I mentioned in my last video that is actually from an envelope, and you saw me show you that I was going to back my photo with it as well. So yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. I'm going to use this to back this cut file. So that is exactly what I've done, and I think it looks so awesome. I've got this really funny photo of my two boys from Halloween last year. One of the houses in our suburb set up a big sea container with lots of spooky, scary stuff, lots of stuff on the outside. They went all out. It was so fun. But I've got this photo of my boys, and one of them, my eldest one on the left, he is kind of pulling a very serious vampire face, and the other one is giving him a really funny look through the corner of his eye. It's just hilarious. And so I wanted to scrapbook this photo. I've got a couple of papers here. They are from, I think, Bella Boulevard. I think. And yeah, they're both actual Halloween papers. One's got orange pumpkins on it, and one has just got all like Halloween words on it. Yeah, they're both Bella Boulevard from... One is from Little Pumpkin, and it's called Monsters and Friends, and the other one is from Fun Facts. No, sorry, they're both from Monsters and Friends. One's called Little Pumpkin, and one's called Fun Facts. There you go. Sorry. What you saw me do was mark out where my cut file and my photograph were going. The photo just fits perfectly where it goes on the page. I'm like, hey, that works really well. I've used some white gesso to kind of knock back some of the black in the words, so that I can add some mixed media behind there. Now I'm adding some green tissue paper from my stash behind my photo here. I'm going to use this fun holographic paper because it's so fun. You can see me trimming that down, and yes, my answer is yes. I'm going to cut out the center of this so that I can use it on something different because it's holographic paper. I'm sorry I left all this in. I thought I cut it out. Clearly I didn't. Alright, just making that the right size. And here we go, cutting out the center, because we can't waste any of it when it's the only holographic paper I have. Yep, happy with that. I'm going to glue that down. I wasn't sure how well it would stick with my tape, so I've used my Scotch tacky glue. I'm going to pop my cut file up. I'm using, I think this is the Big Mama 2 foam tape, so it's a little bit higher profile. And you can see I'm just putting that on the back of my cut file. And I don't make you watch all of this. Happy with how that's looking, except I'm like, I don't love the holographic on the holographic. I might add some orange behind here. I'm like, yep, that looks better. So I'm going to glue down a layer of the orange. This is the center of the pattern paper in the background. So I've stuck that down, and then I'm going to re-glue this to the holographic. I like the layer between the two holographic layers. I think it just finishes it off nicely. And I've stuck that down together. Work out my placement here. Now, it took me a little while. It did take me a little while to decide, but I went with purple mixed media. Yes, purple. First, I'm just going to add a bit more gesso. I do have only a few purple products in my stash, so I found the one that matched best well, the one that I felt matched best. You can see on the eyeball there, it's purple. It's actually more of an indigo, but I was like, you know what, it's close enough to purple. And I made the realization while I was making this page that you see a lot of green, purple, and orange together, particularly for Halloween. And it always looks so, so good. And it dawned on me that, so red, yellow, and blue are our primary colours, and they always look like they work really well together. You know, even when you mute the tones down and you have more pastel colours, they just work beautifully together. Well, orange, green, and purple are our secondary colours, aren't they? So, of course they work beautifully together. Now that you've had a little fun colour lesson, I'm using a Lindy's product here. I think it's Lara's Wild Mauve, I think. And you can see I just used a dry brush and I sprinkled some of the powder on, and then I used a wet brush and activated that powder with some water. I'm trying to just do a little bit at a time, and I'm trying to kind of keep it a little bit controlled. And yeah, you can see exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. Right, so I got sick of waiting for it, so I just got my paintbrush and just painted the colour around. I do add a couple of layers here, and I do come in with some more powder in a minute, because obviously there's not enough just yet. The shimmer that this particular, the Magicals give, is so cool. If you don't know a lot about the Lindy's products, the Magicals are have got a shimmer in them. The flat Fabios are all flat colours. Yeah, I tend to pick them for their colour more than their shine or not shine. But yes, I intentionally chose purple. You can see that I am just adding water around the edges of where that mixed media is. I just want the edges to be like, to kind of fade out softly, not to be like purple, 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 white. So yeah, that's why I've added all the white, the water around the edge. I'm going to come in here with a bit more colour. You can see I'm doing this a little bit differently again. It's one of the things I love about mixed media, all the different ways that you can add it and change it, and yeah. So you can see I'm coming in with a smaller brush this time, and I'm literally painting the colour on. I'm going to dry that off. And I have just weighed down the four corners because it is curling up a lot. I have cut out the centre of that orange paper. So yeah. I go in and I add these splatters, and you can see it straight away. They're starting to blend out, and I'm like, no, that's not what I want. Okay, so I'm going to try a bit of a thicker mix, and I'm just going to roll over that with my paper towel, because then I get more splatters and less runny colour. Going to add some silver because it just works really well with Halloween. This is Silent Night Silver. I'm just using my fan brush for that. I really love the splatters I get with this. I think that I go in with my next colour straight away. Let's see. Oh, so I just have my little tags down, and this is the Marigold Yellow Orange, which is, I love this colour. It's beautiful. It goes really well with the dark orange in the background. You can see that this is running a bit, and I did have a bit of a I'm going to get mud moment. I'm going to leave this to dry. You can see that I've come back in. I've also added some green splatters. That is with a shimmers called Celery, and I've stuck down everything that I knew I wanted. I've made a couple of tags up the top. Yes, one of them is purple, which I got from the back of the orange pattern paper. I got this cool twine from one of my besties. I'm like, this is the coolest twine ever. It is black, orange, and white. I'm going to add some twine to those tags up the top, and I just used some green to do the whole reinforced bit thing on those tags. And those tags are actually die cut. I got a nesting set of tags from scrapbook.com. Last time I put an order in, they were on super special. I was like, I can't resist. For something different for my twine here, you can see I've just used my my little pokey tool, and I've unthreaded that twine, and I really like what it does. It just gives a little bit of a different finish. I've got some flare badges here from a really old, it's not that old, Australian company that is no longer around, called Studio 1440. I'm going to use one up on the top left there. And then I've got these little black word strips that I am going to distress the edges of and stick down. I end up with one up the top and two down the bottom underneath Happy Halloween. Just looking for a third one to add in here. What does it say? I don't know. But the one down the bottom says This Rocks, and the one up the top says Snapshots. And this one says just wow. And I thought that was a really good nod to the effort that these people had put into their house with the seed container at the front. It was so impressive. So when I did pull out some stuff that I thought I might use on this page, I did kind of go stash diving. I've got a bowl of stuff on my desk that I try and work through. These, they look like metallic stars, and so I've used all of those on this page. I've scattered them from the top right to the bottom left. I'm going to go back in with some glue and glue those down if I haven't already. I'm going to add my date here on just a little sticker. I'm going to add my journaling in, and it's just talking about what I was saying before. If you just saw, then I lifted that spider web up. That spider web is not stuck down at all, and I don't really want it to go flat. So I've kind of done what I can to keep it lifted without adding anything underneath. I really didn't feel like cutting tiny bits of foam. So a few black splatters because my cut file is black. And you can see up the top there, I messed up one of them. I'm going to go back in with a paintbrush and fix it up. I think that you see me do it. Yeah, so I'm just going to make it more round. And if you can see my shirt, it says Boss Babe. And the same friend that got me the twine, got me that shirt. It's really cool. She's the best. And then that is going to finish up my page. Here is some close-ups. Oh, I did some lime green stitching around the border as well. Make sure you pop over to the store to check out all of the fun, awesome Halloween cut files that are there. There are quite a few now. I hope you've enjoyed my share. If you have any questions at all, please make sure you leave them below. I love the mixed media underneath that spider web. I think it looks so, so cool. And the holographic. I love it. It's so fun. I hope that you've enjoyed my share today. And like I said, if you have any questions, please make sure you leave them below. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. If you are brand new around here, I hope that you have enjoyed, and please feel free to hit that subscribe button. To everybody else, as always, thank you so, so much for choosing to spend your time with me. I shall see you in my next process video. Have a fantastic scrappy day.